Returned, a humble maid's tale awaits. Some say England's soil is rich with gold. I say, richer still are her forgotten hearts, and none richer than Eleanor Fairborn, or as the poet sang later, Lady Eleanor of 1,000 triumphs. Our story, dear friend, begins where all good stories begin, not in glory, but in quiet obscurity. In the sprawling manor of Sir Reginald Ashcroft, nestled amid the verdant fields of Stratfordshire, a young woman of flame-red hair and ember-bright wit scoured the flagstones with quiet dignity. Eleanor Fairborn was her name, though few deigned to speak it. To the nobles and gentry she was simply the girl, nimble of hand, silent of tongue, invisible in her toil. Her mother had succumbed to fever, her father lost to distant wars across the French fields. Thus, the girl bent her back under the gaze of Sir Reginald, a man as puffed with pride as his silk doublets and as blind to virtue as a mole to morning light. One morning, as the manor basked in dawn's amber glow, Eleanor's fingers faltered. A gilded Venetian mirror, Sir Reginald's prized possession, slipped from her hands and shattered upon the cold flagstones. The crash echoed louder than church bells, and in stormed Sir Reginald, his cane rattling upon the floor. "Wretched girl," he roared, jowls quivering. "Thou hast broken what kings scarce could afford. Out, out of my house, and may fortune turn her back on thee as I have." Eleanor, heartbroken, wandered alone. Yet as twilight cloaked the land, misfortune sharpened its claws anew. From the hedgerows sprang masked brigands, blades glinting, voices low. They bore no markings of common thieves. No, their leather jerkins were fine, and their eyes sharp with noble ambition. But fate is a fickle seamstress. Eleanor plunged into Avon's moonlit flow. She awoke not in darkness, but in a candlelit chamber, warmed by a hearth and the gaze of a stranger, Lord Edmund Blackwell, a man cloaked not just in velvet, but in riddles. Scholar, merchant, wanderer, and unbeknownst to most, once spymaster to Queen Elizabeth herself. His sharp mind had detected more than chance in Eleanor's path. Edmund frowned. Dark secrets revealed. He brought forth ancient parchments and family crests, testing Eleanor's memory. Did she recall a lullaby sung to her as an infant? A crest embroidered on her baby's blanket? Slowly, the tapestry of truth unraveled. Eleanor Fairborn was no low-born maid. She was Isolde Ashcroft, daughter of Sir Reginald's elder brother, lost in infancy during the plague, spirited away by a nursemaid who died before revealing the secret, the rightful heir to the Ashcroft fortune. Edmund, seeing the iron resolve in her, took her under his wing, not as a mere ward, but as an apprentice in the art's most rare diplomacy, languages, trade, even swordplay. For 5 long years they journeyed across the realm and beyond, from London's bustling courts to Bristol's salt-sprayed docks, to Flanders markets, where silk rustled like whispered schemes. Yet shadows lengthened back home. Sir Reginald's cousin, the cunning Lord Montague, and his snake-tongued ally, Sir Percival Blythe, had caught wind of Eleanor's survival. They forged letters, painted her as conspirator against the Queen, a traitor plotting poison and rebellion. Swiftly, a warrant was issued. Eleanor, now rich and wise, found herself dragged before court in chains, her enemies smirking beneath perfumed wigs. The gallows loomed, crowds jeered. Yet as the noose was drawn tight about her neck, a cry shattered the sky. "Stay thy hand!" Lord Edmund burst forth. Scroll aloft the deathbed confession of the scribe who had forged the damning letters. Eleanor was summoned before Queen Elizabeth herself. The Virgin Queen, draped in pearls and starched lace, fixed her with a gaze colder than winter's bite. "Isolde Ashcroft," she intoned, "thou art both victim and victor. Thy mind is sharp, thy will unbending. Wilt thou serve me as steward of Stratfordshire and counsellor to my court?" Eleanor knelt, not as servant, but as sovereign in her own right. Lady Eleanor returned, elegant in emerald silk. Sir Reginald, frail and repentant, bowed before her, tears tracing his withered cheeks. "I knew not my blood yet lived," he whispered. "Forgive me." Eleanor's smile was soft, her gaze clear as dawn. "I forgive, uncle, and restore what was lost." Lord Montague and Sir Percival, stripped but spared, were ordered to build schools and almshouses for the poor, that no other child would suffer as Eleanor had. Under her rule, Stratfordshire flourished. Markets bustled, ships sailed, and scholars prospered. Her emblem, a broom crossed with a quill, hung proudly over manor and market, a testament to humble beginnings and unbreakable resolve. And so, dear listener, remember well, greatness oft springs from the soil where none think to look. The maid, the outcast, the forgotten, may yet rise higher than kings and queens, for fortune, like the wheel, ever turns. And so ends the tale of Lady Eleanor of Stratfordshire, once a maid cast out, now a name sung in halls and hearths alike. Let it be known from the green hills of England to the farthest corners where tales are told, that no heart is too small to dream, and no beginning too humble to rise. For as the elders say in lands near and far, the wind carries many seeds. May thy own story rise as hers did, with wit, with courage, and with a spirit unbroken. This is Folktales of Many Tribes. Subscribe for more timeless stories.